We have a serious mental health crisis in this country. Libs of TikTok. So here's somebody who wants us to, who's very concerned about their made up pronouns. Should we listen to what this person says? I think we have to bear witness.
These are actually my pronouns. They are a non-binary expression for people who don't resonate with they, them, because not everyone does. There are other ones as well, such as fey, femme, and many people have reasons for why they would prefer to go by an alternative. I have my own, and I will be doing my own explanation video on my TikTok later in the week. But for now, they're just my pronouns, and they are what I go by as a non-binary person. Thank you.
Yeah, nobody's learning those or remembering them. Are they even serious? I mean, do they really believe all of this shit? If they do, what is this? Is it just like, is it some like nature in some way, just like weeding out, the dead ends? Nature weeding out the mistakes so that they don't reproduce? Because this is not a pathway to reproducing, I don't think. I just don't feel like you can have a very successful civilization with too many people like this. I don't think it works. You can't have a society where too many people are the lowest common denominator. The lowest common denominator version of David Bowie circa 1972, but with no talent. David Bowie never thought that he was an alien. He never thought that he was like non-binary. That didn't even exist back then. He was just playing. He didn't believe it. These people believe it. Well, that's the question, though. Do they? They seem to believe it. They seem to be determined to be the end of their genetic line. I wonder if the internet has anything to say about this, and I hope that it's kind. Let's see. I don't play make-believe. I won't use someone's pronouns for the same reason I won't talk to a schizophrenic's imaginary friends. Yeah, like if somebody thought that they were Napoleon, would you pretend that they were Napoleon? No. You'd say this person's mentally ill. Again, I go back and forth on this. I wonder how much they really believe it and how much of it is just a fun play acting thing for them. I don't know what the answer to that is. These people with no personality who use woke to substitute their lack of substance. Woke is designed to give them way more attention than they deserve, which is why so many get off on it. Yes, I think there's a lot of truth in this from Bruce McGonigal. I think there's a lot of truth in that. It's just automatic personality. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be good at, you don't have to be talented. You don't have to learn a skill. You don't have to become like an expert in something. You don't have to become an expert in, medieval poetry. If you become an expert in medieval poetry, there's going to be a community for you out in the internet somewhere. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to be good at anything. You don't have to be good at playing an instrument or singing anything. You just have this thing now, and you're demanding attention and respect because of it. You're special somehow. And it's not just special, it's oppressed. So oppression is the coin of the realm now. And if you don't have any of those oppression bucks, well, you're missing out. You're not cool. Everybody has to be oppressed. And this insane oppressor-oppressed dynamic that we have, where everybody now, according to the lunatic leftists, is either an oppressor or oppressed. You don't want to be the oppressor because they're not good. They're bad. They're mean. Nobody wants to be an oppressor, so you have to be oppressed. And, well, it's pretty easy now. All you have to do is say, well, I'm non-binary. You never have to do any non-binary things, right? Maybe you might want to dye your hair purple. The most alarming thing is that since they don't reproduce, only XX and XY can do that, to guarantee their own survival, they will come for the kids of normal heterosexual people. They will come to the libraries, to the schools, even to the nurseries and recruit your kids. They're doing it actively right now. There's some aspect of it in almost every school now, even private schools at this point. Teachers, when I was a kid, I hope everyone had a good recess. It's time for math. Teachers now, whiteness is privilege. Now, who is ready to hear about my sexuality? I laugh, but that is some teachers at least. Uncle Ben, what happened? I was misgendered, Peter. I guess that's a Spider-Man movie in 20 years if things keep going the way they are. 5 years, I guess. Really, it's like 15 minutes ago, none of this shit existed. Then all of a sudden, a lot of it is actually the fault of, I mean, of course, there's the universities pushing all this shit and lunatics in the institutions, but a lot of it is just simply TikTok, owned by China. It's run, it's under the authority of the Chinese Communist Party, and Chinese TikTok is like science stuff and students studying and like kids studying and like healthy exercise, that sort of thing, all healthy shit. For the rest of the world, it's this.